Good morning, everyone. Today we are back with another exciting episode of a broad talk show with Noreen. So joining us today is Mr. Gokul R, Recruitment Manager, Subcontinent of EIT Perth. Welcome to Study Square, sir.
Thank you, Noreen, and thank you for having me at Study Square.
My pleasure, sir. My pleasure. So how's it been in Kathmandu so far?
Amazing, loving the weather over here. I'm from Chennai, India, so really enjoying the cold. Lovely people, lovely city. Really enjoying the views. Very happy. Thank you.
All right, that's great to hear. So, thank you for joining us today. And, we are confident that your insights will help our viewers make very informed decisions about their future.
Hope so.
Yeah. So, without further ado, shall we get started?
Absolutely, please.
Okay, so let's start with a quick introduction to EIT College.
Hi, everyone. My name is Gokul. I represent the Engineering Institute of Technology. We are an autonomous engineering college with campuses in Perth, Melbourne and Brisbane. We offer degrees in mechanical engineering, electrical, civil and industrial automation, 4 masters and then 3 bachelors, electrical, civil and mechanical in Perth.
All right, so since EIT is the only college in Australia that offers engineering, I believe, so I'm pretty sure the competition must be intense.
It is. Fortunately, we are very competitive ourselves. Our course fee comes in at 25,850 Australian dollars, which I think is approximately 22.5 lakh rupees over here. So our courses are very cost effective and very competitive.
Right.
We offer 3 years Bachelor of Science degrees and 2-year Master's degrees. Fully accredited by TEXA and Engineers Australia. So our degrees, a degree certificate from EIT, the Engineering Institute of Technology, has the same validity and all the accreditations in place that you might have from a university or any other place.
That sounds amazing. So again, since you're talking about how competitive it is, like even the intense competition that even EIT must be experiencing with all the students wanting to go for engineering right there. So how's the eligibility criteria? Like, what does a student need to get into EIT?
All right, so it's very nominal. For a bachelor student, we're looking at a CGPA of around 2.41 in the 12th standard. They obviously need to have maths, physics and chemistry in that. Maths has to have a minimum of B grade, which is 60 and above. Because as you know, Noreen, engineering is all about mathematics.
Definitely.
And it's all about calculations. For a master's degree, it's even more nominal. We're looking at 6, no band less than 6 in IELTS, less than 14 backlogs, and we insist that you finish your degree on time. This is something I think a lot of the students, those who are going into bachelors, should really know about. You tend to lose way a little bit when you're doing a bachelor's degree because of the sudden amount of freedom that you're getting. But please ensure you finish your degrees on time and you finish it with a minimum of backlog that you possibly can do, because that will really help your career progression down the line.
That's right. So I hope you've noted that down, students. Very important piece of information for all the aspirants. So how about PhD, sir? Could you share some insights on that as well?
All right. So bachelor's and master's obviously have our coursework. We have a Doctor of Engineering program, which is a PhD equivalent, or what is known as an AQF level 10 course. It's a 3-year degree, 23,560 Australian dollars. It's a research-based program. So a student with a master's degree who's got proof of original research and a research proposal can apply for this. The proof of original research is usually through publications, and a research proposal will be evaluated by my academic team. And if you like it, and if you think we can support you, we will try to find a supervisor for you.
Oh wow, that's great. Like EIT is really going one step ahead in helping the students.
Again, aggressively trying to improve or increase our research department, expand our research department, I should say. So unlike other universities which may ask you to find a supervisor and then come to them, we will try to find a supervisor for you. So again, to all the Nepalis who are listening to me at the moment, all the engineering graduates, if you have a good research proposal in engineering and you think you have it in you, do come to Study Square, apply to EIT. We will evaluate your proposal, and if my academic team likes it, we will send you an offer. We will try to find a supervisor for you.
Definitely. That sounds great. Like you have the entire career path, already organized by EIT, right? Okay, so now coming to scholarships, sir, like while we were having the training session earlier, women in engineering, that particular scholarship also sounded very interesting to me. And if you could brief us on that and any other scholarships as well.
All right. So as Noreen says, we have a marquee scholarship called Women in Engineering. This is our bid to ensure that women have a voice in the engineering space as well. So up to 5 women, every intake will get 10% off the total course fee. It's merit based, of course. Apart from that, we have an industrial automation bursary. So any student who qualifies for an industrial automation degree, so all you need to do is you need to have a 6, no band less than 6 in your bachelor's, or less than 14 backlog, then finish your degree on time to qualify for the industrial automation degree. You will get 20% off the first year's fee, which is pretty significant.
Right.
Again, we're trying to promote industrial automation quite a bit over there. It is on the SOL list in Australia. And automation is the buzzword today, you know, with AI, with mechatronics, robotics, everyone's going into automation. Do keep in mind that Australia is a mining heavy country. Mining is the number 1 income generator. So they're always looking for engineers, and engineering is always on high demand over there.
Right, right. Not just in Australia, everywhere else, right? Engineering is one
Any STEM
most,
course.
yeah, sought after courses.
Abroad, STEM is the way.
Definitely. All right. So, sir, can students also look forward to any on-campus internships or placements? And other than that, if there are any, you know, career counseling services by EIT?
All right. I'm glad you mentioned that, Noreen. We do have that. In fact, one of our promises to students is that in case if you ensure that you complete your first year of your master's with at least 50% and first 2 years of your bachelor's with at least 50% aggregate, we will try to find an internship program for you through our college. This is a huge promise from us to all our students over here. We do offer other services as well. We have learning support officers in place who are there to talk to you, to counsel you, to help you find jobs, to help you settle down in place. Again, we are an autonomous college. What that means is the class strength is limited to 25.
Okay.
So you'll have a much more personal interaction with your professors. You'll have a lot more attention from the professors. And again, being an autonomous college, we do have the bandwidth to cater to every student who comes to us.
Right, right. Again, another very important point that you mentioned was class size, right? Because that's how each student will get their professor's focus. And again, that's very commendable on EIT's. Yeah. All right. So since we are talking about, you know, employment, right? So after graduation, you know, getting a high paying job is the main goal, right? For students, especially coming from Nepal and India. So how's the demand like for engineers, let's say in Perth, since, you know, that's where one of the campuses is located. So could you let us know about that? And what's the job growth rate like for engineers?
Right. So again, I'd like to start off by pointing out that Australia is, I think, the 6th largest country by landmass. And it has a population of maybe a little less than Nepal. So the demand for people from STEM, that's science, tech, engineering and mathematics, is very high. Engineering is in huge demand over there. I don't know if you've heard, there's a housing crisis going on over there. There's an infrastructure boom going on over there for the civil engineers. Automation is massive demand for the mining sector. Mechanical and electrical are also in a huge demand in the mining sector and in the infrastructure sector. So the future for engineering is very, very good in Australia and beyond. It's not just Australia, you have to factor in New Zealand as well. And again, these are world-class degrees. These are degrees recognized by the Washington Accords and Sydney Accords. So thanks to the law of reciprocity, it means that your degrees will be recognized in every country that has signed this particular agreement.
Oh, right, right. So other than Australia, other countries are also...
The US, Canada, China.
So coming from a Southeast Asian background, as you already mentioned, STEM courses, you know, that's the way to go, right? Most sought after courses. So needless to say, anyone who gets into engineering, they're bound to get a lot of respect from, you know, not just their family, even the society, but that also comes with a lot of stress to the student, right? So are there any, you know, mental health counseling services from EIT, anything similar to that?
Right. So thanks for mentioning that again, Noreen. I agree that we do. By default, everybody from Asia, all the parents from Asia, we tend to put a little more pressure on our children than usual.
Right.
Because we are really invested in the future. We do care. But that pressure tends to manifest itself in various ways. Some of it could be unwanted. So we do have counseling services. We have got learning support officers on campus, at every campus, whose only job it is to ensure that students are comfortable, they're attending classes, they're doing the assignments, they're completing the degrees on time, ensuring that the students are not going through some unnecessary pressure or falling into any unwanted habits.
Right.
Again, some of the students, I'm guessing a lot of people who tend to go to Australia for the first time, they tend to get lured by the easy jobs, part-time jobs that they get and the high pay that these part-time jobs have. Our learning support officers are there to ensure that the student passes and passes well, which is why EIT has a 93% of our former students are placed in relevant industry positions.
Right.
Again, it is very important to stay focused over there, and this is an advice I'd give to all your students, Noreen, is keep your eye on the ball.
Right.
It is easy to get distracted because I believe the minimum wage is $23 an hour.
Right.
Which works out almost 1,500 or 2,000 rupees per hour, which is a huge amount.
Right.
And people tend to get distracted because of that, but don't be, because what you're going to earn after you get the degree is what matters.
Exactly. And yeah, like money tends to, it just messes your head, right? Especially when you're so young in a different country, away from home. So it's very easy to, get distracted.
It's understandable also.
Yeah.
I won't condemn it. It's understandable. But you got to keep your eye on the ball and the bigger picture.
Definitely. All right. So that brings me to the last question, sir. If you could give only one piece of advice, like other than this one, to anyone who's coming to EIT, what would that be?
Guys, keep an open mind. Australia is a fantastic country, a beautiful country, a large country, very safe. It's wide and open. One thing, I spent a couple of weeks over there, and I've noticed that unlike the subcontinent, where we are all living cheek by jowl, as you might say, tight with each other.
Right.
Over there, you have wide open spaces. So having wide open spaces also has a psychological impact on you. It'll help open your mind. It'll give you the space and the time to make decisions. You won't be rushed to make decisions. 12th standard, bachelor's, master's, PhD, marriage, children, job, dog, family, house. We all get rushed into this when we're sitting in the subcontinent, which makes sense because the competition over here is intense. Over there in Australia, you get time to breathe. The dignity of labor is fantastic over there. I know for a fact that people at 5 o'clock, they just shut everything down because they have this belief in 8-8-8. So 8 hours of work, 8 hours of sleep, and 8 hours of personal time or fun time. So it is an absolutely beautiful country. You will enjoy it. It doesn't matter whether you go to the East Coast in Melbourne or Brisbane, or you come to the West Coast in Perth. It really helps expand your mind. If for nothing else, you should go for that.
Right. Again, thank you so much, Mr. Gokul. That was wonderful. Like, besides, your insights on EIT and anything, the academics, I'm very glad that, you have given such precious life lessons to our viewers. So again, very grateful for that.
Noreen, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Do come to Study Square if you're looking for a bright future in engineering in Australia.
Right. I'm sure our viewers have, a lot of insight now, not just about EIT, but also, life in Australia. And I'm sure this video will help them tremendously consider EIT for their future education. So,
can I add one last thing, though?
Definitely, yeah.
For the students who are deliberating whether they want to go abroad or not, I would say the initial counseling is free. The application costs are no longer applicable for students in Nepal. So come in, drop in an application. You never know how life will take you. Don't delay it. It's better to have and not need than to need and not have. So better to have an application in hand and then say, you know what, I don't want to go abroad, than to not have an application at the last minute decide that you want to go. So do come to Study Square. Talk to the counselors over here. They're fantastic counselors. No harm in exploring options.
Exactly, and thank you so much for our promotion as well. So yeah, you should always, you try it out first.
Yeah, no
right?
harm in trying.
Exactly, rather than regretting later on that you didn't even try. So always, make the first move, and you never know, you might be, in Australia,
Absolutely.
enjoying your life, right?
It has become very affordable. You have loans available. The counselors are there to help you navigate the whole terrain of documentation.
Right.
So there are ways to make it to Australia that you may not be aware of. So don't take too much time thinking about it. Just come talk to them, figure out what you want to do.
Exactly. So as you heard it right here, don't delay and apply to EIT through Study Square right away.
Please.
Right? All right. So thank you again, Mr. Gokul. It was lovely talking to you. And again, thank you for watching, viewers. If you've got any more queries, leave them down in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And hit the notification bell to stay updated. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Thank you.